Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the AMX 1375. It's a French Tier 7 light tank and it's located on the north spawn of Serene Coast and it's under the command of Panzerpenguin. Now the more observant of you will notice that he's got two sets of MOE, two marks of excellence on his barrel. That's because he's an extremely good player in this tank. So version of the AMX 13 series of tanks, the ones that they actually devised after the Second World War to take over light tank duties. It's a 13-ton tank, beat the AMX 12-ton when it came to the competition. Very effective, 75mm gun, and we've got a KV2 in sight, off in the distance. There's an AMX 12-ton making its way up the centre of the map at the moment. As a T1 Heavy has appeared. Now he's being a scout tank at the moment, so he's just spotting. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of tanks turned up now. We've got a 25 TP, a Black Prince, the KV2. They're all there, but he's holding fire. He's not shooting, because if he did, he'd probably get fired on straight away by those enemy tanks. One of them, the KV2, was pointing his gun in this direction. And they've all gone behind that hill now, so we won't be able to see them. But he has picked up 263 hit points for spotting damage so far. And I think that's the last we're going to see of those tanks for a little while, because they're now moving up the peninsula. Now, 4 shots in the magazine. It's a magazine fed. It's in a roller, like a revolving gun. And so it's actually fairly quick to reload. 2 seconds between shots. Now he's only carrying AP and APCR, and there's, you see, an IKV-65 too. And there's a SU-85. Oh, he's taking a shot. Okay, got a good hit and misses the second one. Gets the third one in. No, he can't go for a third, but he was not spotted, and I think the reason for that was he was double bushed at the time and there wasn't any other enemy that could have spotted him. I don't think the SU-85 spotted him. 13.71 is the reload time for the magazine. He popped a magazine reload the moment he fired, finished firing. Okay, Cromwell will be in the centre. There's an LTG and a Churchill 1. They're a little way off, so he's not shooting just yet. He's going to pick his targets carefully. Now it's a nippy little tank. It doesn't have great... Oh my gum! Almost screwed it up by ramming into that rock. Almost flipped over completely. I think he thought there wasn't a rock there. I think he anticipated there was just a bush there. But he almost flipped the vehicle over. Whoa, that was a release. Well, going for the Cromwell, and fires one round, misses, gets the second one in. Oh, he's got a fire. The Cromwell's on fire, and he's gone. He got 169 hit points from the fire, but he didn't get the kill. Kill went to the Nashorn. There's the LTG. Tier 7 light tank, like us. Okay, 1 round in. 2 rounds in, kills him. He opted for a magazine reload, and I think that was probably a wise decision after firing 2 shots at the Cromwell. He did need a reload. The reload just completed just as he was about to come up behind the LTG. And he's only used 2 rounds, but he hasn't opted for a reload here. He's actually just going into this encounter with 2. And it's a Panzer IV-H. Oh, takes a round for the Panzer IV-H, and it's been tracked, and he lost his driver. He's put his driver back in. He is on reload now. But it won't be long before he's reloaded. He's decided not to go down the West Pass. I think the reason is that Churchill. And Arty fired at him, or fired at where he thought he was going to be. There is 3 Artys on the enemy team. A GW Panther, an M44 and a Gorilla. Okay, he's headed back to the cap area because the enemy's managed to make it off the peninsula. And they're now approaching our cap. Looks like they're going after our GW Panther and our Fifi, the 105 FH-18B2. There's the IKV-652. It's behind a rock at the moment. We can't hit him. And yeah, he's taking shots at our GW. GW's been hit and he's been killed. We lost one of our Arty. There's only 4 of us left. There's still 8 on the enemy team. 8. And they are capping now. The enemy's capping. Leaps over the railway line. He needs to be careful about how he approaches. He was seen there. I think the IKV's still around. That was an enemy Arty shell coming in. And that was another one. Okay, we've got the Black Prince around the corner. There's only one in the enemy cap, so we can deal with the Black Prince first. Going around the corner. There's the Black Prince. Lock on. And going for the weak part. Yes! Good kill. 3rd kill. Okay, he's moving through the buildings. I think he's going to come out through the middle of these rocks. Oh, he just got hit by the M44. Ouch, that hurts. Going for the T25. Takes him out 1 shot. He's only got 1 round left in the magazine. He'll have to go for a reload after this. And gets the KV2 1 shot. Well, we still don't know where that IKV 65-2 is. It's now 5 versus 2. Luckily, the 105 FH survived. There's the IKV. Locked on. Took a round from him, but took him out with 1 shot. Now, is he going to opt for a reload? He's down to 189 hit points. And our 105 just took a huge hit. The Fifi just took a massive hit from the enemy. I think those were Arty rounds coming in. I think all 3 Arty decided to fire at our Fifi, and he's now down to 11 hit points. There's the Churchill. Now he's headed off down the west side. He has opted for a full reload. He's got the hit points now. He can do it. Puts 1 in, tracks him. Aims the next one, goes over the top. Gets another one into the Churchill, and the Churchill pulls around the corner before we can get the last round in, the kill shot. Now this, the alpha damage on these shells is 110 hit points, so he probably couldn't get a kill shot with 1 shot there, but might have taken more than 1. The Churchill's down here somewhere. Looks like he's going to go round the dip. Oh! Almost took that corner too hard and flipped it. It's easy to come up on 1 track when you turn too tightly in these French tanks. They are very, very light, and if you corner too hard, it'll lift one side of the vehicle off the ground altogether. And you can see the damage done by that Panzer IV H. He hit the turret, blew a hole through the cupola. Okay, 22% of our health left. It's enough. It's got 4 shells of AP ammunition ready to go. We're looking for 3 Arty. And so he's just going to pop up here on the rock, go into the bush, have a look round, nobody there. Okay, he's coming around the corner. There should be an Arty in this vicinity. Yeah, there's one. It's the M44. He locks on, fires 1 round in, gets another one in. And the M44 is killed by the Fifi, taken out by our Leffy. That means he won't be able to get a Dimitri's, but he might be able to get a Pascucci's if he can kill the last 2 Arty. Okay, he's decided to change direction. He's reloaded his ammo. He's got 4 shells in the magazine. The Fifi's moving away from his previous position. I think he was a bit vulnerable there. Plus, of course, he needs to get closer. Oh, there's the Churchill! And he was seen. Yep, the 6th sense went off. I'm sure that he was seen. Okay, now what's he going to do? He's highlighted the Churchill again. Hasn't found the Grilla or the GW Panther yet. He's deciding to come around and go around the rocks. I think he's going to go up the west side. Oh, he's headed north. I think he thinks that the Arty may be up the west side somewhere. Somebody are pinging the rock, pinning the map up near B2. They think the enemy Arty might have moved on the west side. I'm not sure that's right, actually. I think the enemy Arty are more than likely somewhere in the vicinity. Just we haven't seen them yet. Okay, he's coming up where he saw the M44 again. Can he see the Churchill? No. Nope, not there. He's only got 4 rounds of AP left, by the way. Everything afterwards will have to be APCR. And he's selected APCR already. because he doesn't want it to, well, it will automatically switch to APCR anyway, but it wouldn't automatically then reload AP when he's run out of AP shells. Well, Churchill's not in sight. He's gone. He must have gone north. I hope he's not gone after the Fifi, because if he has, this could be rather awkward. We lose our teammate. Oh, there's the Griller. We spotted the Griller. Pulled back behind the M44. Can we get a shot? Yes, we can. One in.
Penetration.
Kill shot. 115. High roll on that one. Oh, there's the GW Panther. He's been spotted. Well, we're in reload, so we can't fire at the moment. And the Fifi fires, and there's the Churchill. Oh my god. And we put one into the Churchill. Second one misses. Third one kills him. Now, he's only got one shell left. He fires one in, but unfortunately he doesn't kill the GW. Too many hit points, but the GW has fired, and now he's got a long reload. We're going to complete our reload before he does, so we can just sit around him and drive around him and fire in at will. And that's it, he's won the battle. That was his 9th kill. He's got a Radley Walters. He got a Radley Walters when he actually killed the Churchill, but finishing the enemy off, wins the battle. And here's the end of battle result. It's an ace tanker for Panzerpenguin in the AMX 1375. He also picked up a Reaper medal for killing the enemy with consecutive shells, 3 consecutive shells. 5 for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points to his vehicle, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks that damaged him during the battle and then killing both of them, and a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 6. A Hand of God for actually surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies. And here's the good ones, the epic medals. He got a Pascucci's. He took down 2 of the enemy Arty himself. He got the Griller, and then he took out the GW Panther right at the end. Had he got the M44, as he did put 2 rounds into him, he would have picked up a Dimitri's medal, but the 105 FH 18B2 thought he was helping by killing the M44 as quickly as he could, and denied him that medal. But he did pick up a Radley Walters for killing at least 8 enemy. He killed 9, just 1 short of a Paul's medal. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, at least 20% of the enemy hit points. A Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. A patrol duty for spotting at least 6 enemy vehicles and helping his team cause damage to them. And that was right at the start of the battle. And here's the best one of all, I think, out of this bunch. He actually even managed to get a Scout medal. He detected 9 enemy vehicles. In fact, actually more than 9. He actually detected 11 enemy vehicles right at the start of the battle by going to that spotting position. So it really did help. And by winning the battle, obviously he picks up the Scout. Well, that's very, very helpful. So let's have a look at the win 8. Well, it was 12,894, a very, very high level for a tier 7 light tank. So let's have a look at the team scores, see where he came out. Well, he got the highest amount of damage, 2,626 hit points of damage in that battle. The next highest scorer was actually the M44 on the enemy team, 1,782. And in fact, actually, the M44 did hit Panzerpenguin during that battle, if you remember. He did manage to get a few hit points out of him too. The next highest scorer was the IKV-65-2. He managed 1,402. Then came Arty with 1,149. When it came to kills, of course, it was Panzerpenguin with 9. He managed to kill 3/5 of the enemy team. The next highest scorers were the IKV-65-2 and the GW Panther. They managed to get 3 kills apiece. And then came Arty with only 2 kills. When it came to base XP, of course, Panzerpenguin really monstered this battle. 1,427 base XP. Just completely wiped out. Nearly 3 times the level of the next highest scorer, which was the Fifi, who managed 594. Then the IS-2, who managed 512. Not quite 3 times, but very good. It shows the level of effort that Panzerpenguin had to put in during that battle. Now, when it came to details, he fired 28 rounds during that battle. He got 22 direct hits, 21 penetration. Shows the 75mm can actually punch straight through the armor if you can get the shot on target. he fired or did damage of 2,626 hit points, of which 388 were at more than 300 meters. And I think those shots were on the Su-85 he fired over the lake at him. He received 5 hits from the enemy during that battle. 4 were penetrations, 1 were non-penetrations, and that's really because the AMX-13 doesn't really have really good armor. In fact, it has terrible armor, which means that anything that basically hits you is more than likely going to go through, unless in the case of that non-penetration shots, it actually went through the tracks and therefore was eaten up by them. He spotted 11 enemy vehicles, damaged 12 of the enemy, that's 4/5 of the enemy team, and killed 9 of the enemy, 3/5 of the enemy team, and did damage assistance of 413 hit points. On a standard account, this is a standard account, he earned 31,991 credits, and so a really high score for a standard battle. After repair, ammunition resupply, remember he did use a fair bit of APCR towards the end, and of course the resupply of consumables, he actually ended up with a loss of 453 credits. But I don't think he'll mind that at all, because after all he did pick up 8 bonds for the medals he received: the Pascuccis, the Radley Walters, the High Calibre, the Top Gun, the Patrol Duty and the Scout. And he also earned 1,427 base XP times 2 for the first victory, so he actually picked up 2,854 experience points from that battle. But it was a really brilliant battle, and it shows how versatile the AMX 1375 can be. Only 4 shots in the magazine, but it's very capable, and as long as you actually remember to reload after you've fired only a couple shots to ensure that you've got a full magazine for the next time you encounter the enemy, then you'll be okay. And it did work out rather well for him in some of those encounters. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.